people can afford an acre, some people can afford 2 acres. Some people can even afford 5 acres. But the fact that, so that you can just leave me alone, or so that the rector can allow me rest, or so that I just know I have something. If you can do land banking, if you are doing land banking and you can buy, please buy in bulk. Alhaji Dangote buys in bulk. He has 5 times of the size of Victoria Island in Ibejuleki. Yes, that's massive. That's massive. You want to do land banking today, you can afford to buy an acre. Please buy an acre. You can afford to buy 5 acres. Buy 5 acres. Buy in bulk. Buy in bulk. There's a story of a man my mentor told us about, that he was asked to, he wanted to buy a piece of land when he was still actively working there. He was working in an oil company. And when he was working at that time, said their cooperative brought this land that everybody come and buy. He said he could afford more than one. They just decided that, okay, let me buy reluctantly. So when he was going to inspect the land, he paddled canoe to that place. As it was still undeveloped, it was still a bush. So by the time he got to the place, said they paddled canoe to the place. The place was a marshy land. It was a waterlog. Said he bought the place. And after buying the place, he could have been able to buy 2, 3 plots. But he reluctantly bought one. Said 12 years down the line, he bought it for 15 million naira. 12 years down the line, the land has so much appreciated. The land was now worth 250 million at that time. And at that point, he needed to pay some bills for the children that were studying outside the country. He needed to pay like 100 million. And all he had at that time was that land. If he had bought more than one plot, that would have been very beautiful. But he was only able to sell that one plot of land. He needed 100 million, and he ended up selling that land for 250 million naira. If he had bought 2, and he said at the time he was buying that land 12 years back, he has the capacity to buy 2 or 3, because it was even the cooperative that was selling it. He was so paying bits. But he reluctantly bought one. And 12 years down the line, that land has appreciated to 250 million. If he has bought more than one, he would have used the 100 million he needed to sort the children's fee, sort their fee with 100 million, and still have 150 million to develop the other plots and keep any rental income. But because he has just one plot, he has to spend, he has to dispose that one plot for 250 million. So if you have the capacity to buy more than one plot when doing land banking, please buy more. You can buy an acre, buy it. So that tomorrow, when you want to build the land, after you have kept the land for like 10 years, don't forget that when doing land banking, time is the focal point. You allow time to work for you. If you have been able to keep that land for like 10 years, 15 years, and now you want to develop it, you can decide to sell 2 plots and use that 2 plots to build on the 4 plots if you have 1 acre. Then you will not be spending your money to build it again. You will not be spending money to build on that land. So we have learned this morning that Alhaji Dangote buys in bulk. That's one lesson we are picking from Alhaji Dangote. One other lesson, that he buys in bulk. Don't forget, I told you, number 1 lesson, he buys the bush. Dangote buys in bulk. And number 3 lesson learned from Alhaji Dangote is that he buys around government development. Do you want to do land banking? Buy around government development. Look around. Where is the government taking their money to? Where is the government pushing development in?